Welcome into YouTube Live in the New England Sports Village for Sunday hockey between the Northeast Generals and the Maine Nordiques 18U Academy teams. As Janelle along with you this afternoon. The 16U team just played their first game of the day. The 18s will round out the weekend for the Generals, which so far has been a pretty successful weekend. It started on Friday with this 18 Academy team picking up a win against the Maine Nordiques. Then the NA3HL team hit the road going to Norwich, where they picked up the win, the 200th in the career of head coach Darryl Locke. Then the NAHL team hit the ice right here at the Village on the primary rink, where they picked up a 5-4 win over the Maine Nordiques. Yesterday, the 16s took the ice. The 18s had the day off. So did the NA3, but the NAHL team, they hit the road, went up to Maine for the second of the two-game weekend series, where they picked up another win. They returned to 500 at 5-5 on the season. And then now today, the 18s close out the Generals weekend with another matchup against the Maine Nordiques. So if you counted correctly, that is 4 matchups between the Generals and Nordiques organizations, and so far, after 3 games, the Generals are 3 for 3. They can make it 4 for 4 with the 18s right now. For head coach Eric Prochen, his starting lineup, he's going to go with the second line of Connor Jalbert and Brendan Woleski, centered by Aiden Hellier, Trevor Riggs, and Ryan Cox, the defenseman. He's got Cade Rose in between the pipes, and we're underway here at the Village. Generals wearing their home white uniforms, white jerseys, helmets, and socks with those blue pants, going left to right across your screen. The Nordiques, who give chase to the Generals zone, wearing their black uniforms, black jerseys, and socks with blue helmets and pants. In the Generals zone, Aiden Hellier gives chase, goes to the near side for Trevor Riggs. Now Woleski up to Connor Jalbert. Jalbert gives chase, and his feet finds his stick, thrown on net, but it's taken back by the defenseman wearing 65. Now Drew Weston fresh on the ice to Jalbert. Now Woleski into the offensive end. Offside, says the official. So our first stoppage of play and our first face-off with 17-12 remaining in this first period. 3 18-minute periods today. Only 1 ice cut. It's going to come halfway through the second period. So they'll play the first period, then 9 minutes of the second, get off the ice, get an ice cut, 9 minutes the second half of the second, and then the third period to close out the game. Shane Stone to Drew Weston on the far side, played deep. The netminder leaves it for the defenseman wearing number 4 in black, thrown in front by, that's A.J. Perillo. Drew Weston pitches in, keeps it in the zone. Now here's Wyatt Magruder. Magruder goes down in the far side corner. The defenseman wearing 4 throws up to the forward 14. He's got a step back. Shane Stone 2-on-1. He shoots. Save made by Cade Rose. Rebound to the near side. Number 23 will curl around his own zone. No line charts today for the Nordiques. No names on their jerseys, so we're going by the numbers on their back. 23 into the far side corner. Curls around to the near side. Still holds possession up to the top of the circle. A quick shot gets blocked by his own guy wearing 88. That leads 4 for the regroup in his own end. Now 88 back in on the near side. Generals executing a line change. Drew Weston chases Nick Constantine fresh on the ice. Plays it to the near side where it's picked up by Quinn Hollingsworth. Now 24 for the Nordiques. Cuts below the goal line. Back in the corner on the near side. Up the half wall. Quinn Hollingsworth picks it up. Finds Liam Hellier. Hellier on the near side. Loses possession of the puck. Picked back up by the Nordiques. And back to the General zone they come. Hollingsworth in the slot. Shuts it down for the moment. Cade Rose faced a shot, but it got blocked by Owen Fleming, his defenseman. Fleming now to the near side for Hollingsworth. Has a step on the near side, enters the offensive end, breaks on. Down low for Liam Hellier. Hellier curls back up the wall, up to Fleming. Can't keep it in the zone, so he's going to leave it back for Trevor Riggs. Riggs opened the scoring on Friday for the 18s against the Nordiques. Throws a big hit in the offensive end. On Friday, he scored twice in a big performance for the big defensive man. He's 6 feet tall, not too big in the height department, but it's that 230-pound frame that helps him stand guys up like he just did. Aiden Hellier down low, Brendan Woleski thrown on net. held on to for a moment by the netminder. Now the defenseman wearing 11 battles Woleski for possession behind the net. Jalbert comes in to help out, finds 29 in black on this near side. He's going to use his feet to clear his zone off the wall. Now 10, and on the offensive end, a backhand on net, and Cade Rose holds on for a whistle. 14:51 remaining in this period. Good opportunity on Cade Rose, his first action of the evening. Cade started the season with the 16s and made his way up to the 18 team now. Him and John Feely, the tandem for head coach Eric Projan. Coach Projan is assisted by Cody Gagnon, who's the head coach of the 16s, and Mike Rakes, the president of hockey operations, and on the bench today, Brian Erickson. Joining the coaches on the bench, the team's athletic trainer, Dylan Trelligan. Up top to the blue line, the defenseman wearing 9, thrown on net, blocked by his number's sake, that's Enzo Giuliani. Giuliani pushed to the neutral zone, back in to the Generals' end of the ice, and offsides called by the near side linesman. 14:33 remaining in this first period. It's going to be Wyatt Magruder in the face-off circle. Wins it back. Magruder prides himself on his face-off abilities. Watches as the Nordiques take the offensive end. Good stick from Drew Weston. Shuts down the opportunity for the moment. Pushed up to the blue line. Number 21. Back down to 17. Weston lays a hit. 96 below the goal line. Banks it off the back of the cage. Perillo up to Giuliani. Can't clear the zone. 21 now. Over to 27. Good stick by Weston. The defenseman activated himself on the top end of the Generals' defensive zone. And now Shane Stone will go up to Giuliani. A tap for Hollingsworth, doesn't quite get there. Now for a shot onto Rose. Rebound opportunity, nice save from Rose once more. Keeps it out of the cage. You saw the initial save made on the opportunity. Rebound came out, and Cade Rose kept track of it and kept it out of the back of his own net. So 13:50 remaining in this first period. Defensive zone draw for the Generals, one back, now 63. Looks like Picarello on his jersey. Taken back by 88. 88 will play it down low, where 23 takes it away from Owen Fleming. 23 in black across the way. Picarello, number 63. His shot goes wide, now 23. Bodied off possession by the General wearing 13 tonight. That's Dylan Rakes. Official doesn't like the hit, so the Generals are going to go shorthanded on the first penalty of the game. The call is boarding, and it is in fact Dylan Rakes who's guilty. So the penalty kill unit for head coach Eric Projan. Brendan Woleski will take the face-off. He's got Connor Jalbert with Ryan Cox and Trevor Riggs. The Nordiques, the first team to go on the man advantage. 13:22 remaining in this first period. It's just a 2-minute minor for boarding. And the face-off will be on the near side, the left-hand side of the General zone. So it's going to be a 2-minute and a 10-minute misconduct. Gavin Hoffman takes a seat in the penalty box to serve the 2 minutes. Across the way it goes, 21 up to 4, back to 21, far side, top of the circle, near side for 65. And he gets pushed down to 96 wearing black. Riggs pushes him against the boards. 96 still keeps it, one knee on the ice. Up to 21 on the half wall. Now 4, far side of the blue line, takes a trip down low. Woleski picked, gave him some space. 4 on the half wall, looking at his options. Near side, 65, top of the circle, a toe drag. Loses the handle. Woleski up to Jalbert. Now here comes Connor Jalbert alone. Number 3, backhand, forehand. Oh, what a save made. Cutting across the crease. And the netminder prevented the Generals from going up 1-0. You'll get another look at it. Had it on his forehand to his backhand and tried pulling that little Kucherov move where he put it between the goalie's pads. And he said, no, thank you. So this game stays tied 0-0. 1:21 remaining on the boarding call. to Dylan Rakes. Kevin Hoffman serving that penalty. Rakes issued a 10-minute misconduct. Now Liam Hellier will send it down. Aiden Hellier, the other offensive penalty killer for the Generals. Aiden Hellier in the corner, pressured by number 23, who comes away with possession. The Hellier brothers with Shane Stone and Drew Weston on the penalty kill, while 23 will wrap around the boards. Cade Rose out of his cage plays it. 88 in the area to receive it for the Nordiques. Now Shane Stone throws a hit. Liam Hellier finds it in the slot, uses his feet, finds Aiden Hellier, and Shane Stone is going to go to the box for roughing. So with 53 seconds remaining in the initial penalty, the Generals will now have to kill 53 seconds of a 5-on-3. In this early stages of this first period, 12:15 still remaining in the frame. It'll be Aiden Hellier who will be the lone forward, Ryan Cox and Trevor Riggs the defenseman. Face-off will be on the blocker side of Cade Rose. Aiden Hellier will face 17 in black in the face-off. One back by Hellier. Riggs off the face-off. Make that Cox on the far side. Pressured by a trio of Nordiques. Pushed up to 21 on the half wall. Now 65. Back to 21. 21 far side. Holds. Now 4. Middle of the slot. A shot. Save made. Rebound loose. Pushed up towards 65. Very small area with the 5-on-3. Now 65 near side. 23 back door. Not able to find it was the player wearing number 21 in black. Now 65 from the Nordiques, near side, 4. Now back, 23. Couldn't pull the trigger. 4, top of the blue line, looks, take a shot, and 17 tips it wide. Cleared up to the blue line by Trevor Riggs. 4 keeps it in, walks down low, 23, back door to the far side. He was looking for the player wearing 65, but it makes its way out of the zone. Gens execute a line change. 4 back in the offensive end. Cade wrote a beautiful save as we make our way back to 5-on-4 for the next minute 5. Drew Weston finds possession. He's got plenty of time and space. He uses his feet, goes across the ice. Now Quinn Hollingsworth with Liam Hellier. Hollingsworth a shot on net is turned aside. Let's take a look back at that last save from Cade Rose. His team was executing a line change, quick entry into the offensive zone, and Rose got a piece of it with his blocker. And we're back to 5-on-4. Shane Stone still 49 seconds on his penalty. Nordiques win the face-off. And make their way up the ice out of their own end. 23 into the offensive end. Middle of the slot. He goes down. Looks like he just lost his footing. Nothing from the official. Liam Hellier plays it behind the goal line for Drew Weston. Weston into the near side. Back to Owen Fleming. 25 seconds remain on the penalty kill. Can't clear the zone. Good keep from 63. Now Fleming, a good poke. Working one-on-one. Owen Fleming far side. Toe drag to the middle. Fleming on his backhand. Oh, he puts it just wide. A good opportunity for the Generals defenseman. Now number 9 wearing black, gains the red line, now the offensive end. On net, blocker save made by Rose, pushed across the front of the cage, back to even strength, Stone out of the box. He's replaced by A.J. Perillo, fresh on the ice. 88 will push it below the goal line. Now Fleming, that defenseman who just had that latest opportunity, pushes it up to Perillo. Cross to Magruder into the offensive end. Offside, says the official, and we got to show that replay. Owen Fleming, oh so close to making this a beautiful play. Moved to the inside on his backhand and just pushed it wide of the cage. So face-off just in front of us here in the neutral zone. Wyatt Magruder, won by the Generals for the moment. Cox to Trevor Riggs. Riggs will gain the red line. Keep it with himself into the offensive end. Still with possession. Knocks down 1. Still has it in the corner now. Riggs goes down. Finds Perillo. Thrown in front in the feet of a Nordiques defenseman. And they'll make their way out of the zone. That's number 10 showing the Jets. Up to 29. 29 far side onto Rose. Turned aside. Now Perillo up to Enzo Giuliani. Giuliani will chip it off the boards and go get off for a change. Almost all the Generals get off for a change. All but one. Ryan Cox Aiden Hellier gives chase, sent down the length of the ice, and icing is called. 9:16 remaining in this first period, just about halfway through the frame. We stay 0-0, and so far it's really been Cade Rose who's kept the Nordiques off the board. The Generals successfully killing off 54 seconds of a 5-on-3 penalty kill. Then the remainder of the minute 7 of the 5-on-4. Now get an opportunity of an offensive zone faceoff. Brendan Woleski in the circle. One back by 24 wearing black. 65 gives chase. He'll reverse it back to number 9 on the near side. Back across the way, 65 taken away by Weston. Push to the far side, knocked down by 24, and high sticking is called by the official. So the faceoff will go back into the Nordique zone. Now with 9:02 remaining in the frame. So it'll be on the far side now. Still Woleski with Jalbert and Aiden Hellier. Xander Lenning and Drew Weston, the defenseman, face off, won by the Generals. Aiden Hellier chased it forward. Now McGruder into the corner. He loses his stick. Make that Jalbert, and the Generals will get a power play opportunity. He took a slash, and it's number 13 going into the box. You'll take a look at it. After this face-off, you see Jalbert make his way to the corner, and his stick just knocked out of his hands. Generals win the face-off. Up to Ryan Cox. Across the way, Jalbert near side. Woleski, a shot turned aside by the netminder. Generals and Ryan Cox setting up in their power play breakout. Cox will use his feet near side to Woleski. He gains the red line. Now the offensive end pushes it to the corner. Number 9 in black gives chase. Ryan Sachs leaves it for Giuliani. Minute 24 remaining in the power play. Giuliani, tough angle chance from the far side corner into the chest of the netminder, wearing 31 tonight, and he'll hold on for a stoppage. A minute 20 remaining in the Generals' power play. 8:14 in this period. Sachs will take the face-off. He had a hat trick on Friday against the Nordiques. Sachs wins the face-off back to Cox. Now down low, Giuliani. Up to Jalbert. Now Sachs in the slot. Sachs' shot goes just wide. Kept in the zone by Woleski. Brendan Woleski down to the circle. A shot gets blocked in front by 63. Sachs gives chase on the half wall. Pressured now Woleski. Sachs in to help out. Sachs finds it. Ryan Sachs across the way. Connor Jalbert now back to Sachs off his skate. Enzo Giuliani back to Jalbert. Far side, Connor Jalbert looks at his options. Thrown on net. Puck still loose. And it cuts across the front of the crease. And the whistle comes from the official as the netminder's helmet came off. We'll take a look at it. Connor Jalbert had it on that far side. Looking at his options, decides, I'm going to shoot for it. And you saw that puck just trickle across the front of the crease. No one home for the Generals to bang it home. And so the face-off will come to the near side with 44 seconds remaining on the power play. Aiden Hellier to take it. He's got Hollingsworth and Liam Hellier. Won by the Hellier brothers. Now Fleming near side. Can't keep it in the zone on the D-to-D pass, and now they'll have to regroup. Quinn Hollingsworth is going to gain speed. Leave it off for Weston. Miscommunication. Puck goes to the Nordiques. Number 4 can't get it down the ice. Good play from Weston. Pushes him back to his own end. Now on the far side, it gets all the way down. That's number 11 pushing it there, and he'll go back and get off for a line change, leaving it for Owen Fleming. Now Drew Weston out of his own end, up to Aiden Hellier. He'll chip and chase. Liam Hellier gives chase into the far side corner. Aiden Hellier comes down to help out. Drew Weston knocks it down. Far side corner, battle for possession. Now Liam Hellier, 2 seconds on the power play, back to even strength. Liam Hellier below the goal line, finds Quinn Hollingsworth. Back down to Hellier, back up to Hollingsworth, but getting in the way is the defenseman wearing 4. 96. Taken away by Aiden Hellier. Now Liam Hellier into the offensive end, up to Aiden. But offside, says the official. 6:37 remaining in this first period between the Generals and the Nordiques right here on YouTube Live. Ezra Janello along with you this afternoon. The secondary rink at the Village. The next time we'll be at the Village, we'll be on Hockey TV this Tuesday at 1:30. The Danbury Hat-Tricks come to town for an NAHL East Division matchup against your Generals. Perillo chips the puck into the Nordiques bench, so the face-off will go right back to where it was. Now down to 6:28 remaining in the period. Wyatt McGruder will take the face-off. Face-off against 23 in black. It's McGruder with Perillo and Constantine. Stone and Greenwood, the defenseman. Face-off won by the Nordiques. Quickly on it, the defenseman wearing 8. Near side of his own zone, up to 88. Taken away by Shane Stone. Down low to Constantine. Across the way, now it is Wyatt McGruder. Perillo now thrown in front. McGruder couldn't get a second chance opportunity. Nordiques out of their own end. Far side 14 into the offensive end. 23 chases to the corner. Thrown in front. Only one there is McGruder, who's wearing a white jersey. Gents are going to go back on the power play. Now that it's touched up, Shane Stone down on his knees. He was slashed, according to the official. And it should be number 23, the guilty party, with 5:58 remaining in this first period. So they're 0 for 1, the Generals, on the power play. They have a chance to score tonight's first goal on the man advantage. They'll go back with that top unit. Giuliani with Jalbert, centered by Sachs, Cox, and Woleski on the blue line. Sachs wins it back. Jalbert possesses on the far side. Jalbert down low, thrown in front, looking for Giuliani in front to connect. And now the net comes off, so we'll get a stoppage of play with 11 seconds gone on the man advantage. Now on the near side, Woleski will take it. Jalbert up on the blue line. Woleski wins it back. Ryan Cox, a quick shot, goes wide. Now Jalbert retrieves. Far side corner, near side. Woleski had it in his feet. Has to retreat back to the blue line. Brennan Woleski into the slot. Ryan Sachs, a shot, he scores! On the power play, Ryan Sachs, his 4th goal in 2 games this weekend, and the Generals lead 1-0. Let's take a look at it. Woleski had it up to the blue line, into the slot. Sachs, a shot to the top corner. The Generals lead 1-0 with 5:33 to go in this first period. Plenty of noise here on the secondary rink. Tommy Lubin, an NA3 player for the Generals, working tonight's music and scoreboard. Watches as Aiden Hellier enters the offensive end. Woleski, who picked up the assist, thrown on net. And a nice save made by the Nordiques netminder. Ryan Sachs, 3 goals on Friday against the Nordiques. Picks up another one, another power play goal, and quickly emerging as a leader on the offensive end of the ice for the Generals. In 14 games played this season, that's his 8th goal, to go along with 8 assists. That's now 16 points in 14 games played. Now back to the Generals' end, 17 in the slot. Push to the near side. Up top to the defenseman wearing number 8. Across the way to 6. Delayed penalty. Save made by Rose. Rebound in front. Hellier touches up and will get the call. It is Woleski who will sit for 2 minutes. The call, 2 minutes for roughing. 4:42 remaining in this first period. The Generals, who just struck on the power play, will now have to kill off a penalty, but that man who's about to take the face-off, Ryan Sachs, the goal scorer, wins it back. Cox off the glass, glove down by number 4 in black. His namesake in Sachs pushed up to the blue line, kept in the zone. Now Trevor Riggs up to Sachs, who couldn't catch the pass, and the netminder forced to play it to the far side wall. Sachs hard on the forecheck. Now 65. Far side, 17 into the offensive end. Offside, says the official. That was 21 for the Nordiques, who was just a foot inside of the blue line. Sidalabis, 17 for the Nordiques, and Ryan Sachs on the face-off just outside the Generals bench. Sachs with Hollingsworth, Cox, and Riggs on the Generals penalty kill. Hollingsworth and number 29 for the Nordiques, a little too close for comfort for the official. Puck dropped. Sachs in a battle for it. He wins it and pushes it down the ice. No icing, says the official. 65 back to retrieve. Leaves it for 4. Sachs gives chase. Now 17. Far side. Up to 29. Good play from Ryan Cox. Pushes it back down behind the net. Icing called. And with 1:14 remaining in the penalty kill, the Generals will have to win another defensive zone faceoff. This time it'll be the Hellier brothers with Cox and Riggs. Liam and Aiden. Aiden, the center on the second line, with 9 points this season. Liam, his twin brother, 13 points. The left winger on that top forward line when 5-on-5. Number 9 for the Nordiques. His pass shut down by Aiden Hellier. Now near side, 23, a one-time blast. Save made, 14 finds it. 88 behind the net. Thrown up top. 83, now 9, now 23, another one-time blast. Can't get all of it, so goes to the corner. 23 near side, towards the net, back door, looking for a 63. The two connect, but after it goes off the board, so now 9 near side, 23 holds, fires on net. Cade Rose, a nice little windmill, shuts it down. And with 37 seconds remaining in the Generals penalty kill, we'll get a defensive zone faceoff just in front of us. .319 remaining in this first period. Again, no ice cut after the first. We'll get the first intermission, then 9 minutes of the second period, followed by an ice cut before the second half of the middle stanza. Wyatt Magruder in the face-off circle. He wins it back. Onto Rose. What a blocker save made by the Generals netminder. Still not out of danger. The Nordiques possessing the offensive end. Long shot from number 9 goes wide. 63 holds on that far side. 23 seconds remaining on the power play. 9 back to 63. Down to the circle. Shot gets blocked. Rebound in front. Gets cleared up by Garrett Greenwood. Now near side. Good stick from Magruder in the slot. Shut down the pass. 23 has to retreat. 6 seconds remaining on the power play. And Fleming will send it back down. And that will do it. Back to even strength. The Generals 3 for 3 on the penalty kill so far. Now Perillo in the offensive end. Thrown back door. Giuliani was ready for it, but unfortunate for him, the defenseman 63 was in the area. 29 now into the offensive end. Cuts inside. Save made by Rose. Shane Stone picks it up. A collision between a Nordique and the official. Saw both people go down to the ice. Now a battle for possession. Near side half wall, just inside the blue line. Back to Drew Weston. Weston up to Stone. Now Nick Constantine knocked out of the air. Now Perillo. Perillo gets blown up on his own half of the red line. Fresh on the ice, Woleski. He's pressured into the Nordiques bench. Here comes Weston. Drop for Constantine. Weston takes a hit. Constantine a shot. Save made. Rebound still loose. Thrown in front. And a good opportunity for Connor Jalbert. Shane Stone will give chase to his own end. Stone pressured. Throws to the near side for Constantine. Now Jalbert taken away by the Nordiques. And number 22, Oleski hard on the forecheck, pressuring 22. Near side, 13 into the offensive end. 13 back door. Trying to find 24. The two can't connect. Connor Jalbert will leave his own zone. Woleski, now Jalbert. Jalbert working one-on-one on his forehand. Counter Jalbert wraps her around. Thrown in front. Woleski's shot gets blocked in front, and it gets cleared out of danger. Net comes off its moorings, and we'll get a chance to breathe. We'll take another look at it. Jalbert came in on his forehand, curled around, threw it out front. The netminder was stickless and in no man's land, but nothing came of it. Now in front, Sachs looking for it. Played up to Liam Hellier. Liam Hellier poked off his stick to the neutral zone. He regains it though. Still pressured by 21 in black. All the way back to their own end. Xander Lenning gives chase. He'll leave it for Ryan Cox, his defensive partner. Lenning tonight listed as a forward. 8 defensemen in the lineup for head coach Eric Projan today. Far side, long shot, redirected by his own man Lenning, but pushed off the glass. And 65 can't keep it in the zone. Less than a minute, half a minute remaining in this third period. It's that first period. Well, just finished the 16s game, so we're getting into the swing of things in the new game. 96 loses it to Lenning. Now Cox with 17 seconds remaining. Quinn Hollingsworth, the far side. Liam Hellier will throw it on net, and it's held on to. Sachs on the forecheck. 9 seconds remaining in this first period. The Gens will get an offensive zone draw. Gavin Hoffman onto the ice with Trevor Riggs. Wyatt Magruder, that effective face-off taker, with Perillo and Enzo Giuliani. Riggs will line up on the near side, the middle of the zone off the face-off. One back by the Nordiques. Played off the glass and into the Nordique bench. Clock keeps going down to 3.3 seconds. And a new forward unit for the Generals. Jalbert with Aiden Hellier and Quinn Hollingsworth. Cade Rose goes to the bench. 6 on 5 is just 3.3 seconds. They're going to stack the box on the inside. Magruder in the face-off circle, won again by the Nordiques. He steps forward on it, and the Nordiques are just going to hold on to it as time expires. But the Gens, they struck in that first period on the back of this goal from Ryan Sachs. It's 1-0 at the end of one. Welcome back into YouTube Live in the New England Sports Village. 9 minutes on the clock for the first half of the second period. Puck is dropped. We're underway. Wyatt Magruder wins the face-off. Pushed up towards the Nordiques end of the ice. Offside, says the official. The Generals now moving right to left across your screen in their white uniforms. The Nordiques in their black going left to right. It's Magruder with Perillo and Giuliani with Greenwood and Fleming to start the period. Another face-off won by Magruder. Fleming on his own end of the red line, plays it off the wall. Giuliani gives chase. Big hit by Owen Fleming, shuts it down. But the Gens will give chase back in their own end. Greenwood chases 88 into the far side corner. Shot gets blocked and put off the glass. Now 96, pressured by a pair of Generals. Now pushed up to the blue line, out of the zone, and offsides is called. Let's take a look at that hit from Owen Fleming. Owen Fleming, a big body on the defensive end, thick body, not necessarily tall, and he used all of it to lay that hit. Big, big hit for the Generals defenseman. So the face-off will come to the far side of the neutral zone, just in front of the Nordiques bench. Jalbert throws it back to Cox. It's that Jalbert, Aiden Hellier, and Brendan Woleski line. Riggs knocks a Nordique down, taken back by Ryan Cox. Now here comes Aiden Hellier. Hellier into the offensive zone near side, pushes it towards the corner, gives chase still. Ryan Cox drops down to help out. Cox and Hellier below the goal line. Cox into the corner, still with possession. Number 17 in black goes down to the ice. Now 9, played across to 21. Off of Aiden Hellier, Trevor Riggs gives chase. Forechecked by number 96. Jalbert now on the near side with a little bit of space. Pokes it up towards the blue line, but kept in. Still not out of the zone. Now it is. Pushed in and offside, says the official. 7:35 remaining in this first half of the second period. So it brings on a new line, the top line for the Generals. Ryan Sachs centering Quinn Hollingsworth and Liam Hellier. Weston and Stone, the defensive pairing. Face-off won back by 24 in black, now 13 into the offensive end. Taken back by Sachs, the goal scorer in that first period. Pushed up the far side half wall into the Nordiques zone. Drew Weston make that Shane Stone, steps up, now 24 into the Generals end. Cade Rose watches at the side of his cage, still loose in front. Rose looking for it, gets pushed to the near side corner, where now Liam Hellier leaves it off for Sachs. 3-on-2 for the Generals. Shane Stone joining the rush. Sachs into the zone, keeps possession, thrown into Hollingsworth, but pushed into the corner where Quinn will give chase. Quinn Hollingsworth, Liam Hellier now in the middle of the slot, pushed towards the wall. Hollingsworth turns and fires, blocked in front. Now here come the Nordiques. Number 13 in black chips it over top of Fleming. Cade Rose holds on, no one pressuring, so he'll leave it for Fleming. Long stretch pass. No icing as 63 Picarillo lifted Hellier's stick, preventing him from catching the pass, but they'll make their way up the ice anyway. 11 into the offensive zone. He goes down. Good hit by Fleming, and 9 keeps it in the offensive end. Now Garrett Greenwood behind his own net, played around. Dylan rakes, kept in by 10, pressured by Jalbert, pushed to the neutral zone. 9 and 65 on the regroup, pushed back to the Generals' end. Greenwood looking for a hit. 11 got by him. 29 in the near side corner, thrown in front. Greenwood the only one there, pushed it back into the corner. Now Greenwood chases once more, pushes it up the near side wall. Connor Jalbert to the middle of the ice, now giving chase. Dylan rakes, looking to negate the icing. He does. Him and 65 go crashing into the boards. A 4-player line change for the Generals sees Perillo fresh on the ice. Now Xander Lenning up the far side wall. Trevor Riggs will hold, backhands it off the near side wall. Nick Constantine gave chase. Riggs gloves it down. Back into the Nordiques end. 17 taken back by the Generals. Giuliani, far side. Perillo in front. Good opportunity. Still loose in front. Giuliani pushed it just wide. Now Wyatt Magruder pushed to the boards in the far side corner. Perillo comes in to help out. 2 players from each team, Perillo and Magruder, 9 and 17 for the Nordiques. Still battle for possession, pops out to 21 in black. Lenning keeps the zone for the moment. Trevor Riggs has to chase it. It would be a 2-on-1, but Trevor Riggs gets in the area in time. Pushed up to 65. Absorbs a hit from Riggs. Enzo Giuliani leaves it for Xander Lenning. Now Magruder played up the boards. Lenning pushed up, kept in by 96. And we get a penalty called with 4:37 in this first half of the second. It's a high sticking, and it's assessed to the Generals. Wyatt Magruder, the guilty party. So the Generals will have to kill a penalty to keep this 1-goal lead. .437 remaining in this first half of the second period. Shane Stone and Ryan Cox, the defenseman. Brendan Oleski, who won the faceoff, was with Aiden Hellier. Puck goes off the netting and out of play, so the faceoff will stay inside the General zone with 5 seconds gone off the clock. 88 for the Nordiques. Oleski for the Generals. Faceoff won by the Nordiques. Now 9. Middle of the blue line down to 22. His shot goes just wide. Cox plays it off the boards. Kept in by 9 at the blue line. Now low, 63. That's Picarillo on the back of his jersey. Fade to the back door. A shot from 22. Goes just high of the cage. Cox below the goal line. Finds possession in his feet. 88 and 14 for the Nordiques. Cox doing a good job of keeping it on the boards, but 88 pokes it free. Up the near side wall. Cox still in a battle for possession. Goes to 14. Now back to 88 near side. His shot gets blocked by Cox, and 88 has to chase to the corner. 1:10 remaining in the power play. Another blocked shot for Cox, and Woleski clears the zone. Woleski, battle for possession on the far side wall. Goes down to Shane Stone in his own end. He's going to take his time up to Woleski, who chips it down the ice. No icing, says the official, so 63 will go back for the regroup. Up to Ryan Cox, who sends it back in. A good penalty kill so far for Ryan Cox. A couple of blocked shots, and he goes down just in front of his bench. The Generals bench and head coach Eric Projan looking for a call. Nothing from the official. So the Nordiques will make their way up the ice. 17 on the far side with 28 seconds remaining in their power play. Greenwood cuts him off in the corner. Now 96 near side, pressured by Fleming. Far side corner up top, 65. 65 to 4, middle of the blue line. He'll crisscross down the near side wall. 4 in the corner, puts the brakes on, holds possession. Near side half wall, cuts towards the slot. Backdoor, an opportunity, they score. It's number 21 on the power play. And the Nordiques tie this game at 1 apiece. So 2:38 remaining in this second period. In the first half of the second period. Of course, you see 11:39. But the first half will end at the 9-minute mark. Now Trevor Riggs keeps it in the neutral zone. Liam Hellier will enter the offensive end on the near side. Holds on his forehand. Tried playing it low. It goes low. Well, with the assistance of number 9 in black. Now 13 on the far side, up to 24. 2-on-2, 24 to the offensive end. Far side corner. Riggs lays a hit. 22 drops down to regain it. 24 pressured by Weston. Sachs takes the player down. Weston finds possession. He'll use his feet, chip it high in the air, and giving chase, Quinn Hollingsworth. Good play by the defenseman wearing 65 in black. Shut it down. But here comes Liam Hellier into the offensive end. Hellier puts it in front for Weston. Now in front, still loose, and 10 picks it up. He's going to show off his speed to the near side wall. In alone, No teammate to help. Now in front, good opportunity for 65, but Sachs shut it down. Now up top, 63, Picarillo couldn't keep it in the zone, so the Nordiques will have to regroup. Here comes 11, working one-on-one on Riggs. A shot in and out of the glove. Rebound still loose. Good save made. Another opportunity at the side of the cage with 1:22 remaining till the intermission. 29 now, shut down by Riggs on that far side. Still a battle for possession, turns into Picarillo on the near side. His shot goes just wide, poked in front. 29 pushes it wide once more. 11, near side corner. Newfound momentum for the Nordiques after that last goal. 4-11, and it gets shut down by Drew Weston. Liam Hellier is just going to send it down the length of the ice as we get under a minute remaining, 52 seconds until the ice cut. $17 for the Nordiques, Aiden Hellier for the Generals. 17 wins it back. Now 4, back across to Picarillo, 63 in black. 63 will regroup in his own end. Up to 14 in the neutral zone. Now Jalbert gives chase. Pushed back in though. 17 near side. Thrown back door. 21 couldn't pull the trigger. Still loose in front. Goes off the side of the cage. And a very good opportunity for the Nordiques to break this tie heading into the first, or really the only intermission. 17 back on the near side. This time shoots. Backdoor pad. Turned aside by the stick of Cade Rose. 15 seconds remain. Ryan Cox behind his own net. Down to 10 seconds on the clock. Near side. Stretch pass. Looking for Jalbert. The two couldn't connect. Let's take a look back at that last opportunity. They entered the offensive end, 2-on-1, backdoor, and 21, who scored that power play goal, just couldn't get a clean look at it, and then it was still loose in front, but the Gens were able to clear the zone. So with 4.7 seconds on the clock, the officials will have a discussion. Wyatt Magruder onto the ice to take the face-off for the Generals. Still only 3 Nordiques on the ice, so now they get 2 more on. It'll be Magruder and 21. 1 by 21. Quick shot goes off the back wall. And that will do it. We entered the period with the Generals leading 1-0, but this goal by the Nordiques made it 1-1. We go into the halftime intermission, and the ice cut tied 1-1. When we come back, it's the second half between the Generals and the Nordiques right here on YouTube Live. Welcome back into YouTube Live in the New England Sports Village. Second half action between the Generals and the Nordiques 18U Academy teams. Tied up at 1 as Ranello on the call. We've got Brady Erickson on the scoreboard and Connor Williams, a 16U Gens player, working the camera this afternoon. 9 minutes to play in the second period, then a quick intermission, and then 18 minutes of the third. And if it's anything like the first period, it's promising to be exciting. We'll take a look at some big hits like Owen Fleming on this play. Oh, I hope that continued playing for you guys. Not quite. Let's see here. On that far side, and then you had Ryan Sachs on the power play goal. That made it 1-0, and then the Nordiques struck on the power play for their own goal, tying up at 1 in the late stages of that second period. So that sets the stage. 9 minutes of the second period left. Sachs in the face-off circle. He's got Liam Hellier and Quinn Hollingsworth on his wings. Drew Weston off the face-off will curl back and go to Shane Stone. The Generals moving right to left across your screen. Number 9 in black. We'll throw it in onto Cade Rose, today's starter for the Generals. No line charts today for the Nordiques and no names on the back of their jerseys, so we're getting numbers on the play-by-play. Weston's pass shut down by the ice. A one-time opportunity for 88 was a no-go. Fresh ice, a little wet still, not fully frozen. Ryan Sachs in the near side, pressured by not one but two Nordiques. He goes down. Liam Hellier up to the blue line. Drew Weston, a quick shot goes wide. Hollingsworth chases on the near side, far side half wall. Sachs comes in to help out, and 65 will clear the zone. He'll use his feet into the offensive end, into the slot for 14 in the area. Liam Hellier helps out. A minute gone here in the second half. 21 loses it to Brendan Woleski. Assisted on that Ryan Sachs goal, and now Ryan Cox is going to sit for 2 minutes on a cross-checking penalty. It's the Nordiques, who struck on the power play before the ice cut, are going to get another chance on the man advantage. A 2-minute cross-checking penalty assessed to Ryan Cox of the Generals. So that brings Owen Fleming and Trevor Riggs with Woleski and Jalbert on the penalty kill. Face-off one back by the Nordiques. That was 17. Now 65 near side. 21 who scored that goal. Looking for 17 in the slot, but it bounces off his stick. Back up to 4. Middle of the blue line. Near side. 21 into the slot. 21 a shot. Save made. Rebound goes to Fleming. Pushed up the wall. Now back to Riggs. Riggs will bring it around the boards. Kept in the zone by 65. 65 across the way. 4 on the far side. Down the wall to 96 below the goal line. 21 jumps into the corner. Walks his way up the half wall. Now 4, middle of the blue line. Walks to the far side. 4 curls back up. 21, middle of the slot. 65, now in the slot. 17 a shot. Held on to by Cade Rose, and some extracurricular activity in front of Rose. But a good look on the power play by the Nordiques. Mostly everything to the outside until that chance. But Rose was able to shut it down. So 17-7. That's Magruder for the Generals in the face-off circle. One back by 17 in black. But a good play by Enzo Giuliani. Sends it down the ice. 31 out of his crease. Leaves it for 65 in black. Reverse to 4. The Nordiques working on their power play breakout. 96 through the neutral zone. Gains the red line. Now the offensive end on the far side. Back to 65. 54 seconds remaining on the Generals penalty. 21 near side, up to 4. Middle of the blue line, keeps it in, but barely. 65, far side half wall, near side to 21. Curls back up, top to 4. 4 shoots, goes just wide. Garrett Greenwood jumps down to get it. He'll wrap it around the boards, and it goes all the way down the ice. And icing is called with 33 seconds remaining on the Nordiques power play. Brings Riggs with Weston on for the penalty kill. The Hellier brothers, Aiden and Liam. Aiden will take the face-off. 27 for the Nordiques, won by Aiden Hellier. Battle for possession, poked up to 9 at the blue line. He walks down, takes a shot, blocked by Aiden Hellier into the far side corner. Riggs steps up, wins possession on the far side, and chips it out of the zone. Now Aiden Hellier with a step. He will negate the icing, holds possession, curls around the far side corner to the near side. Now number 9 will gain speed to the neutral zone, gain the red line, makes his way to the general zone. Trevor Riggs with a big hit. Separates him from the puck. 2 seconds, and we're back to even strength. Here comes Aiden Hellier, 2-on-1 with Dylan Rakes. Backdoor Dylan Rakes, but a good stick by 63. Pushes it to the corner. Now he'll make his way out of the zone. Chips it off the boards, up to the neutral zone. Trevor Riggs steps up. Aiden Hellier gets off for a change. Now 14 to the near side, finds 22. Slap shot. Glove save made by Rose, the netminder. Now we'll take a look at that last save. Nick Constantine in the face-off circle for the Generals. He faces number 11 in black. Won by the Nordiques, but pushed into the neutral zone. Now here comes Jalbert, near side on his forehand. Jalbert loses his handle on the puck, forced to curl back up the wall. 3 Nordiques against Jalbert and Constantine. And the Generals are going to go on the power play. It's a roughing penalty, and it's assessed to number 29 in black. So the Generals will get another chance on the power play. They'll bring out their top unit, Ryan Sachs, centering Enzo Giuliani, Connor Jalbert, Brendan Woleski, and Ryan Cox on the point. For the Nordiques, it's 4, 17, 21, and 63 on the penalty kill. Sachs in the face-off circle, 17 for the Nordiques. Near side of the zone, won by Sachs, pushed up to Cox, back down low towards Connor Jalbert. 21 gives chase, so does Brendan Woleski. Sachs in the area to help out. Sachs on the far side wall, taken back by the Nordiques. They'll make their way out of the zone. Near side 17, steps over the blue line, top of the circle, backdoor, good opportunity. Pushed just wide. Now Connor Jalbert on the power play up to Ryan Sachs. Sachs into the offensive zone, looks at his options, leaves it back for Jalbert. Taken by the Nordiques and cleared out of the zone by 17. Ryan Cox will regroup. He goes back behind his own net. His team will set up in their power play breakout. Cox to Woleski into the offensive end. Woleski curls around the zone, near side corner now, still with possession. Up to the blue line for Cox, goes to the wall. Cox can't keep a handle on it. Woleski keeps it in the zone for the moment. Now here comes 63. Him and Jalbert collapsing on the puck. Generals and Woleski take possession more than halfway through this power play, 55 seconds remaining in it. Now Ryan Cox cuts towards the wall, enters the offensive zone, backhands it towards the net. Saxon opportunity, save made. Good chance for the Generals to go ahead again. We'll watch the Nordiques break out of their own end. 37 seconds remaining on their penalty. And the offensive end 4, his shot blocked by Woleski. Aiden Hellier fresh on the ice. Back to Brendan Woleski. Stripped off his stick by number 11. 11 in black. The only man down low for the Nordiques. 20 seconds remaining on the power play for the Generals. 9 keeps it in. 13 far side of the blue line. Top of the circle is shot. Blocked by Cox. Now a save made by Cade Rose. 9 seconds remaining off the wall up to Liam Hellier. Liam Hellier, delayed penalty. Absorbs a hit, and a General, looks like Connor Jalbert, slow to get up. But the Generals will get 3 seconds of 5-on-3 hockey. It is head contact, the penalty. Head coach Eric Projan will take a chance to talk to his team. And we'll see how many minutes go up. Just a 2-minute minor. And a 10-minute misconduct, most likely. So there will be a 10-minute misconduct. A third Nordique will make his way to the box. On the power play for the Generals, it's Liam and Aiden Hellier, Quinn Hollingsworth, Owen Fleming, and Drew Weston on the point. Stacking the middle. Hollingsworth was behind, Aiden Hellier on the face-off. Now the Nordiques will clear the zone. 5-on-4, 2-on-1 for the Nordiques while shorthanded. Far side, back door. Cutting was 17. The two couldn't connect. Now here come the Generals. Aiden Hellier will lead the rush. Now Liam Hellier. Up to Aiden. Aiden will curl around the far side corner. Hollingsworth up to Fleming. He'll walk the blue line. Owen Fleming back to Quinn Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth a shot. Nets off its moorings. Making the save was the netminder. So we'll get a stoppage of play with 1:28 remaining in the Generals' power play. Aiden Hellier to take the face-off again. Now the Gens spread out. Liam Hellier on the far side. Hollingsworth on the inside hash marks. Aiden wins it back. Fleming at the blue line walks. Hollingsworth far side. Back to Fleming. Middle of the blue line. Fleming to Hollingsworth. Top of the circle. Walks down. Shot on net. Rebound loose in the slot. Drew Weston was a little bit too low, but it gets kept in by Owen Fleming. Now Aiden Hellier in the far side corner. Pressured by number 4, Liam Hellier holds on the far side. 3 Generals all on that wall. Liam Hellier's shot gets blocked. High in the air it goes. Picked up by Hollingsworth near side now. He'll crisscross with Weston. Leaves it off for the defenseman. Drew Weston pushed down low. Between the legs. Now Aiden Hellier's shot. Save made. Goes to the far side. Liam gives chase. Pushed out of play over the glass. So we'll get another face-off inside. It should be inside of the Nordique zone, with 46 seconds remaining in the power play. They're going to say it comes outside of the zone. And it went off of the Generals player, Liam Hellier. The Nordiques coaches giving directions from the bench. It brings on Ryan Sachs with Enzo Giuliani, Brendan Woleski, Ryan Cox, and Connor Jalbert. You like to see that he's okay and not suffering from a head injury. Of course, the penalty that was called was head contact, and he was a little slow to get up. He'll make his way to the offensive end on his forehand, wraps around. He puts it in front, still loose, and the net comes off. So much going on. And a good opportunity for the Generals to take the lead. We'll take a look at it. Connor Jalbert, and on the near side, wrapped it around. It was loose in front, but the net came off, and it caused a whistle. And so the face-off should stay inside. The conversation is whether or not it was incidental contact, and it comes outside now. But that was the netminder who knocked the net off. Now the Generals are going to get a goaltender interference penalty. So they'll say that Giuliani pushed the netminder. We'll take another look at it, and we'll see about it. I didn't really see that contact. Obviously the officials did. And so Giuliani will sit for 2 minutes. So 4-on-4 hockey for 27 seconds. And then 1:33 of a Nordiques power play. Face-off just in front of Cade Rose and the Generals end of the ice. Won by the Generals. Stolen back by the Nordiques. Ryan Sachs looking for it. Taken back by 13 in black. thrown across the blue line to 9. Far side, 13 seconds remaining, a 4-on-4. 6 a shot, goes just wide. 11 a chance, goes off the post. And off the moorings goes the net. Let's take a look at it. A really good opportunity on that far side. So the shot went wide, and it went just off the post as the net came off. So now 6 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey. A minute 39 remaining on the interference penalty to Enzo Giuliani. Face-off won back by Woleski. Garrett Greenwood up to Connor Jalbert on the near side. Goes across the way to Woleski, up to Cox, but taken back by 17. Now it's 5-on-4, a Nordiques power play. 96 in the near side of the general zone. Near side corner, pressured by Greenwood. Cuts down below the goal line. Now on the far side, up top to 63. 63 to 4. Back to 96. His shot gets blocked by Ryan Cox. He's been very good today with blocking shots. 50 seconds remaining in the period. 1:04 in the power play. 21 near side. Stick handles. Loses a handle on it, which gives Garrett Greenwood an opportunity to get it out. Greenwood will lead the rush into the offensive end. Greenwood drops it off for Jalbert, but 17 in black in the area. 35 seconds remaining in the period now. Connor Jalbert will go off the boards. Taken back by the Nordiques. Onside, says the official. Brendan Woleski and Jalbert push it up to the blue line. Now 4 from the slot, a shot that goes wide. Fleming finds it behind the net. 96 collapses on him. 17 seconds now in the period. 32 on the power play. Fleming goes down. 2 Nordiques in the area. Fleming still holding on the boards. Push behind the net. Greenwood jumps down. He'll push it against the boards. 21 and 17 collapse on him. Fleming come in to help out. 2 seconds on the clock. 1, and that is it for the second period. No goals in the second half after the ice cut, but the Nordiques will get 16 seconds of a power play to start the third period when we come back right here on YouTube Live. Tied up at 1, 18 minutes to play. The Generals and Nordiques. Third period starts now. Nordiques still have now 10 seconds on the power play. Number 4 will enter the offensive zone on the near side. Nordiques now going right to left across your screen in their black uniforms. Long shot from the blue line. 63 took it. It got blocked in front. Back to even strength we go as Trevor Riggs gives chase to the far side of his own zone. He'll go to the near side of the neutral zone. Aiden Hellier into the offensive end. Offsides, says the linesman. 17:32 to go in regulation in this tied game. And it's really been back and forth. Plenty of opportunities on both ends of the ice. And those opportunities primarily have come on the power play. Plenty of penalties between these two teams. Now we'll have a face-off in the neutral zone in front of us. White and Magruder to take it. Magruder with Giuliani and Perillo. Weston and Cox on the back end for the Generals. One back by number 11 in black. So the Nordiques will progress their way up the ice. Weston shuts it down for the moment. Now Magruder will hold in front of his own bench. Play it up, number 9 in black. Will send it back into the general zone. First one on it. Brian Cox taken by 29. Pushed into the corner. 11 absorbs a hit. Thrown in front. Magruder finds it. Wyatt Magruder will throw it off the glass and out of his own zone. 11 gives chase near side to number 8 in black. Again, no line charts today for the Nordiques and no names on the back of their jerseys, so we're going based off the numbers on their backs. Number 10, pressured by 3 generals, including Magruder and Perillo. That's Drew Weston, the third one there. Now 2 Nordiques in the area, including number 10, 29. Pressuring Magruder for possession, pushed up to 9 at the blue line. His long shot turned aside by Cade Rose, who's played a strong game today. Now on the near side wall, 24 for the Nordiques, taken away by Wyatt Magruder. Made to the far side for Perillo, but taken back by the Nordiques and sent down to the Generals' end of the ice. No icing, says the official. Played around to the near side by Drew Weston. Giuliani pushes it up for sacks. Taken back by 88 in black, now 24, thrown on to Cade Rose, and he's just going to hold on for a face-off with 16:09 remaining in this third period. On the bench for the Generals today, head coach Eric Projan, assistant coach Mike Rakes, and the president of hockey operations and the head coach of the NAHL team, Brian Erickson. Cody Gagnon, an assistant coach for this 18 team, is the head coach of the 16s. He just finished his game before this one with the 16s against the now Sachs near side. Liam Hellier's shot gets turned aside. The Broncos, by the way, that's who they played. Now an opportunity for Quinn Hollingsworth, and the puck goes into the bench, so the face-off will stay inside of the Nordiques zone. So now the officials will have a conversation about it. The Nordiques coach not loving the call. I always think it's funny when you're arguing calls with the officials. Their mind's made up. What are you going to get out of it? Not much. 9 times out of 10, the decision stays the same. Generals win the face-off. Riggs keeps the puck in the zone on the pass. Throws it on net. Blocked in front by 17. 17 up to 21. Riggs another try. High sticking Aiden Hellier. Touchdown by the Nordiques, so play continues. Riggs keeps it in the zone again, throws it towards the cage, turned aside by the netminder, pushed to the near side corner where 4 will make his way through his own zone, up to 96 off the boards. Xander Lenning up to Brendan Woleski. Now Cade Rose will leave it for Connor Jalbert in the near side corner. Jalbert will use his legs. He's got plenty of space and plenty of speed. Up to Woleski on the pass into the offensive end, offside, says the official, with 14:59 to go in this third and final period of regulation. It's 1-1 between the Nordiques and the Generals 18U Academy teams. Right here on YouTube Live, Ezra Janello with you on today's call. Be sure to tune in to Hockey TV on Tuesday at 1:30. The NAHL and Northeast Generals welcome the Danbury Hat-Tricks for an NA East Division matchup. Midday Tuesday, 1:30 p.m. The beauty of Hockey TV is you can sit in your office and turn it on your computer. Or if you want to play some hooky, come on out to the Village and support your Generals in person. Fleming to Greenwood on the far side of the cage. Pushed up the wall. 9 keeps it in wearing black. Thrown back down. Glove down by 11. And Fleming clears his own zone. 9 on the regroup for the Nordiques. Played to 22. Good positioning from Nick Constantine. Pushed it as far as the blue line, but now the Nordiques come back. 13 near side in the offensive end. 63 a shot. Save made. Rebound still loose. Another save made by Cade Rose. Now up top, number 9 a shot. Blocked in front. Gets pushed to the near side corner by 11. 11 down low, 13. Extended zone time for the Nordiques. 10 can't keep it in. And he gets pushed back. Well, they'll have to regroup. The Gens execute a line change. 4 across the way, 63. Now 4 on the near side, back to 63. He'll use his feet. Now we'll go back to 4. Back into the offensive end they come. 29 to the far side to 10. Thrown in front, back door, they score. His second goal of the game, that's 21, and his second backdoor goal of the game. And the Nordiques take a 2-1 lead. So the face-off comes to center ice, 13:39 remaining in regulation. Magruder wins it forward, holds possession, gains the offensive end, but is taken back by 24 wearing black. Into the offensive end he comes, 24, taken by 14. Bodied off possession by Magruder. Ryan Cox up the near side wall, pushed up towards Giuliani into the neutral zone. 8 will regroup. His number Sagan Cox pushed it forward, but now 88 back into the general zone. Offside, says the official. So the face-off will come just in front of the Generals bench. Ryan Sachs with Liam Hellier and Quinn Hollingsworth. Cox and Gavin Hoffman, the defenseman. 21, 2 goals today in the general zone. Shut down by Hoffman, pushed up the near side wall. Battle for possession, 3 Generals, 2 Nordiques. Hoffman joins the effort, Hollingsworth and Sachs, the other 2 Generals. 26, make that 96, coming away with it. Pushed into the neutral zone by Liam Hellier. And 4 in black, forced to regroup. His namesake and Ryan Sachs pushed it back up to him, just in front of the Nordiques bench. Now Sachs joins the effort for the possession. Hoffman goes across the way to Cox. Ryan Cox through the middle of the neutral zone, knocked out of midair by 96. And high sticking call to the face-off with 12:34 to go in regulation. We'll come back into the Nordiques zone. Generals freshly trailing by 1, 2-1. Look to even things back up. It'll be Aiden Hellier with Connor Jalbert, centered by Brendan Woleski. Shane Stone and Drew Weston on the point. The officials dictating where they want players to stand. Generals taking the opportunity to talk about what they want to do. One by Woleski. Jalbert tried pulling the trigger, wasn't able to. Puck makes its way into the neutral zone. 13 absorbs a hit from Stone, while Weston goes back to receive the puck. Drew Weston pressured hard by 22, up to Connor Jalbert. Jalbert across the ice, shut down by 13. Weston picks it up. Now he goes down, blowing a tire. And number 6 has to give chase. 6 for the Nordiques into the near side corner. 9, now 13. 13 taken back by Hellier. Now here's Woleski, who had an opportunity in front, but it was short-lived. Now Stone, near side. Jalbert in front, looking for Aiden Hellier. The 2 couldn't connect. Battle for possession goes the way of the Nordiques. Aiden Hellier, a nice big hit in the neutral zone. Taken back by Woleski. Now Jalbert. Played into the neutral zone and all the way down the ice. Shane Stone couldn't shut it down. So now Weston across the way to the near side. Finds Woleski. 3-on-2 for the Generals with back checkers. Woleski a shot into the glove and held on to by the Nordiques netminder. So with 11:28 remaining in this third period, and the Gens trailing by 1, they'll get an offensive zone faceoff. Nick Constantine will take it. He's got Liam Hellier and Dylan Rakes on his wings. Trevor Riggs and Owen Fleming on the back end. Constantine and number 24 in black in the face-off circle. Won by the Generals. Poked into the neutral zone. Liam Hellier. Now Owen Fleming. Pushed back into the Nordiques zone. Left behind the net. Now they make their way out of their own end. 88-24 into the general zone. 24. Bodied off possession by Fleming. Now it's Liam Hellier up to Nick Constantine. They can't get it quite out of the zone. 4 keeps it in. Thrown to the far side. Glove down by 88. Now it's Liam Hellier up to Nick Constantine. Dylan Rakes gives chase. Rakes to Constantine, taken back by the Nordiques. Now here comes 88 into the offensive end. Around the official, Owen Fleming bodies him off possession. Now Trevor Riggs will take his time. He'll leave the security of his own cage, make his way into the neutral zone. He'll gain the red line, now the offensive end. And a player, he looked to hit him. It's not a great idea trying to hit the big man, Trevor Riggs. He goes down for it. An opportunity for the Generals turns into a Nordiques breakout. Down in front of the Generals net. Missed opportunity. 8 keeps it in at the blue line. 21 now near side into 29. Now 9. A shot gets blocked down by Cox. Another blocked shot for Ryan Cox. He's got about 5 of them today. And 29 can't keep the blue line, so the Nordiques have to regroup. The Generals take the opportunity to reset their lines. Here comes 29, shut down by Giuliani, fresh on the ice. And now Wyatt Magruder will carry it into the offensive end. Bodied off possession and offside, says the official. 9:49 remaining in the first period. Let's see if our camera caught it. This is what happens when you try to hit the big man, Trevor Riggs, making his way through the neutral zone. And boom, get off me, he says. Trevor Riggs, he's effective on both ends of the ice, and that's a big reason why. Now Giuliani off the faceoff will give chase to the far side corner. 4 for the Nordiques, 96 now. Pressured hard by Perillo, sent down the length of the ice, and now the Generals will get an offensive zone faceoff as icing is called. Sachs will take it. He's got Hollingsworth and Liam Hellier, Riggs and Greenwood on the blue line. Pushed forward by Sachs. His number sake 4, plays it around the far side wall. Riggs in the neutral zone, keeps it at bay. Big hit from Hellier coming in. Now 14 working one-on-one on Greenwood. Backdoor, an opportunity, shut down by Riggs. Now he'll take a trip through the neutral zone up to Sachs. No icing, says the back official. Sachs and Hellier go into a battle for possession. 2 Generals, 2 Nordiques, pinned against the wall, down towards 9 minutes remaining in this third period, halfway through the frame. Riggs throws a shot on it. It gets redirected by a Nordique, still in front, and whistled down. They're going to say it was redirected by a Generals player, and that it was a high stick. And so the faceoff will come all the way back down the ice. We'll look at what happened. You saw that battle for possession up towards Riggs, thrown on net, and maybe that's Liam Hellier or Ryan Sachs. One of the 2 players with the tuck on their jersey that redirected it down. And so the faceoff will come all the way back in front of Cade Rose in the Generals' end of the ice. Face-off won by the Nordiques. 9 possesses. His shot blocked in front. Garrett Greenwood. Now Trevor Riggs on the near side. Up to Hollingsworth. Here comes Ryan Sachs. Near side. Sachs across the blue line. Poked back out where Trevor Riggs has to give chase in his own end. Riggs to Greenwood. Greenwood up to Sachs. The 2 can't connect. Icing called once more. And so with 8:33 to go in this third period, the faceoff will come back into the General zone. Aiden Hellier to take the face-off now. Won by the Nordiques, possessed by 21. He's got 2 goals tonight. He goes down on the shot attempt and went high off the glass. Now 14 to 88, now in front off of Cade Rose's stick. It goes to the blue line. A long shot from 9 goes wide. Now 65 Tipped to 21. 21 a shot. Save made and held on to by Rose. 8:08 remaining in this third period. This is the fourth and final matchup of the weekend between these two organizations. It started between the 18s on Friday. The Gens picking up the win. Then the NA on Friday night. Again, the Gens winning. And then last night, the NA teams up in Maine. The Gens winning again. That made it for the NA Gens. They're back to 500 for the first time since the first day of the season when they lost to the Nordiques. Here comes Aiden Hellier, 2-on-1, near side. Hellier thrown in front off a stick, and it goes up to Fleming on the far side wall. It's the first time since the first day of the season the NA Generals at 500. They started the season 0-1 against the Nordiques. They lost 6-3. After that, they won, lost 4 in Minnesota, and then now, since coming back, are 4 for 4. 2 wins against the Tomahawks, 2 wins against the Nordiques back at the Village and in Maine this past weekend. Now here comes Woleski with his step. Only General still on the ice. He goes down. Arm of the official goes up, and the Generals are going to go on the power play with 7:17 remaining in this period. We'll see if we get a look at it right in front of us here. Woleski kind of turned, and that Nordiques player came in with the hit, shutting it down. So we'll see the power play unit come on the ice. Aiden Hellier with Liam Hellier, Quinn Hollingsworth, the forwards. Owen Fleming and Drew Weston on the back end. The Nordiques coach getting an explanation for the call. Just 2 minutes go up on the board. Number 10, the guilty party. Still an explanation being given out. And while the Generals NA team back at 500, again, I'm going to keep saying it as much as possible. This Tuesday at 1:30 p.m., they'll take on the Danbury Hat-Tricks. At 1:30, right here at the Village. You can follow along on Hockey TV, or you can tune in, or you can come to the Village and watch in person, support the Generals play hooky from work. So it's going to be a 2-minute and a 10-minute misconduct, so 96 will serve the 2 minutes. So that pretty much ends the night for number 10 of the Nordiques. Chipped into the air and gloved down by Fleming. Fleming in the neutral zone will curl his way up the far side wall, enter the offensive end in the middle of the slot, leaves for Quinn Hollingsworth near side, down to Fleming, bounces off his stick, 65, pressures Fleming behind the net, battle for possession, goes to Fleming in the far side corner. Up to Weston. Weston holds, walks, back to Fleming, toe drag, in the slot, a shot, rebound loose, off the side of the cage. It was Aiden Hellier with the opportunity. The Nordiques netminder standing tall. So the face-off will go to the far side, the left-hand side of the Nordique zone. Still the same unit for the Generals on the ice. The Nordiques switch up their unit. Aiden Hellier to take the face-off. One back by 24, his counterpart in black. Hellier, Aiden holds behind the net now, near side corner. Up to Hollingsworth, near side half wall. Fleming now, middle of the blue line, couple stick handles, back to Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth down low, Aiden Hellier looking for his brother in the slot. Couldn't fire the pass. Hollingsworth up to Fleming. Fleming a shot, save made. Drew Weston dropped down, regains possession, throws it around the boards. Quinn Hollingsworth in the corner, picks it up, makes his way up the boards, goes back down low. Aiden Hellier at the goal line, curls below the net. Aiden Hellier, far side corner, up to Drew Weston, back to Aiden Hellier. Aiden Hellier, his brother Liam, a shot. What a save off the toe of the Nordiques netminder with 49 seconds remaining in this power play. So 49 seconds on the power play. That brings up the next unit. Sachs with Jalbert and Giuliani. Woleski and Cox, the defenseman. Cox down low towards Giuliani. The only one there is a player wearing black. That's 65. Chipped high in the air. Connor Jalbert has to retreat for it. Off the boards up to Ryan Cox. Now Brendan Woleski into the offensive end. Giuliani on the way of a Nordiques player. Now Connor Jalbert. Played away from him and all the way down the length of the ice. Icing is called, and so the faceoff will come all the way down the ice. And it looked like the Nordiques coach is looking for a interference penalty on Jalbert, or Giuliani rather, who knocked the stick out of a Nordiques player. But for what it looked like up here, it was incidental contact. Neither player looking at each other. Faceoff comes in front of the Nordiques netminder, won by the Generals. Now Woleski, middle of the blue line, 18 seconds on the power play. Long shot from Cox, big juicy rebound up to Woleski, near side of the blue line. Woleski holds, far side. Connor Jalbert walks down, top of the circle, still stick handling. Ryan Cox now in the slot, his shot, save made, rebound gets cleared down the length of the ice. And icing called, 1 second remaining on the power play. And so the Generals will get a second of 5-on-4 for the face-off. Looking at another one of these opportunities. Puck got cleared all the way down the ice after this rebound here. The face-off will come back. Wyatt McGruder will take it. Won back by the Nordiques, cleared off the bench. Too many men on the ice. Nothing called from the official. And Dylan Rake sends it back in. Perillo gives chase along with McGruder. 2-1-2 on the forecheck for the Generals, trailing by 1. Almost a turnover. Now there's one, kept in the zone. 65 for the Nordiques. Pushed up the near side wall where Trevor Riggs will play it back. Now 17 into the offensive end. Him and 65. 65 wins the battle for possession. Thrown across the front of the net. 9 a long shot, blocked in front. McGruder finds it. Now here comes Wyatt McGruder. Over the red line, McGruder, not quite in the zone. Now Perillo. Angelo Perillo throws it just wide of the cage. 4.5 minutes remain in regulation. Still 2-1 Nordiques. Up the far side wall. Dylan Rakes an effort, but no dice. Gaining possession. Trevor Riggs gains it. Now he goes up to Perillo. Bit too hot to handle. Out comes the netminder. He plays it up. Taken away by Perillo. Thrown in front. No one in front to bang it home on the empty net. Hollingsworth pushed it back below the goal line. Stone keeps the blue line. Thrown on net. Redirected. And a great save made by the netminder jumping on it. We'll see the puck come up towards Stone in his shot and redirected. And the Nordiques netminder, a good save keeping it out of the net. .358 remaining in regulation, chipped in the air, down to the General zone. Offside, says the official. And so the face-off should come all the way back down to the Nordiques zone, and it will. That's where the pass originated from that caused them to go off sides. As I'm recording these replays, and the last 4 replays I have are all Gens high-scoring opportunities. They trail by 1, but it's not for a lack of effort. Good opportunities, but a strong netminder in between the pipes for the Nordiques. Now 13 into the offensive end. Good stick from Cox. He's played spectacular on the back end for the Generals today. Taken back by the Nordiques in the neutral zone. That's number 4. Poked off his stick by Liam Hellier. 13 into the offensive end. Cheyenne Stone lays a hit. Now Ryan Sachs. Played to Ryan Cox. Liam Hellier on the far side. He'll leave his own end. Gain the red line with his feet through the middle of the zone. In the slot, a shot goes just wide. The defense in the middle of the line change. Owen Fleming and Drew Weston fresh on the ice. See the Nordiques enter the offensive end. Now here comes Sachs. Up to Liam Hellier. Hellier into the offensive end. Shakes off a hit. Pushes the puck below the goal line where it's played around by 9 up to 14. Now here's 17. No one around him into the offensive end. A shot goes just wide. Makes its way up towards the Generals bench. Kept in the zone. Now 65 in the slot. Bounces off his stick. Quinn Hollingsworth will chip it off the boards and all the way down the ice for an icing. Sorry. .247. Nordiques an opportunity to extend their lead to 2. It'd be quite the insurance policy. Aiden Hellier in the face-off circle to prevent it. Face-off won by Hellier. Off the boards, kept down by number 21. He's scored both of the Nordiques goals today, both on backdoor opportunities. Now here's Connor Jalbert into the offensive end. Puts the brakes on, far side half wall, down low, finds Woleski. Brendan Woleski will curl around, and the net comes off, and so we'll get a stoppage of play. And the face-off should all but certainly stay inside the Nordiques zone. It will. The Nordiques change up their units. For the Generals, it's Aiden Hellier with Connor Jalbert and Brendan Woleski. Drew Weston and Owen Fleming on the back. And Aiden Hellier has no Generals logo on the front of his jersey. Looks like the stitching might have come undone. Nordiques win the face-off. Hellier chases to the corner, picked up by 11. He'll wrap it around the boards to the far side corner. Now 24, looks to clear his zone. He's able to. Fleming shuts down the breakout pass at the red line. Now here comes Aiden Hellier back into the offensive end. Connor Jalbert in the near side corner to the slot looking for Fleming. Now Aiden Hellier back to Fleming near side. Fleming a shot to the slot, blocked in front. 63 chases to the far side corner. Under 2 minutes to play now as Fleming chases into the neutral zone. Fleming up to Aiden Hellier, all the way to the Nordiques zone, but in possession of number 4 wearing black. Now 63, all the way down the length of the ice. And offsides, says the official. So the face-off will come back to the Nordiques zone with 1:43 remaining in regulation. And the Generals and head coach Eric Projan will take a timeout. And it gives us a chance to look at all these replays and all these opportunities the Generals have had in the late stages of this game. They trailed 2-1, but it's truly not for a lack of effort. Opportunities both on the power play like this one and on 5-on-5 even strength. But just no dice coming in the late stages. They've run into a hot netminder. And Cade Rose on the Generals end of the ice has been hot as well, stopping the majority of what's come his way. Just 2 goals scored, both by the same guy and both backdoor. We'll be back in just a moment on YouTube Live for the final minute 43 of this NAPHL matchup between the Generals and Nordiques right here on YouTube Live. Welcome back into YouTube Live. 1:43 remaining in regulation. The Generals trail the Nordiques 2-1. The Generals are 3 for 3 this weekend. Looking to make it 4 for 4 if they can strike here in the final stages of regulation. 6-on-5. The Gens net empty. Cade Rose sitting on the bench. Connor Jalbert near side corner. Curls up the half wall. Up to Ryan Cox, the blue line. Back to Jalbert. Jalbert, top of the circle. Back door, looking for Woleski. Couldn't pull the trigger. The net comes off again. And so the face-off will stay inside of the Nordiques zone. Down to 1:28. You see the guy taking the face-off. That's Wyatt McGruder for the Generals. He's their big face-off guy. Very effective in the circle. It's Woleski with Jalbert, Sachs, and McGruder. Cox and Riggs on the back end. Won by McGruder. Riggs holds down low, finds Now Sachs in the slot. Shot gets blocked. Riggs has to give chase back to his own end. That was Woleski on the far side who gave it to Sachs in the slot. Riggs, pressure, loses possession, thrown in front of the slot. Great play by Magruder, negating the opportunity. And whistle blown. We'll see what for. They'll say offsides, and the face-off will come just in front of the Nordiques bench. Face-off won by the Nordiques. Now Jalbert, though, he holds possession. Under a minute to play in this third period. Gents trailing by 1. Woleski far side. Riggs top of the blue line holds. Back to Woleski. Far side. Woleski crisscrosses up to Cox. Cox middle of the blue line down to Jalbert. Jalbert back door looks for Riggs. Bounces off his stick. 41 seconds remain in the third period. Woleski to Riggs. Far side. Trevor Riggs a shot blocked in front. Cox jumps on it. Throws it back down low into the possession of a Nordiques player. Sachs in the area. Gents trying to keep the zone. They do. Jalbert near side at the circle. His shot off the glove of the netminder. 25 seconds remain. Woleski pressured on the far side. Cuts back down low towards the far side corner. 18 seconds on the clock. Woleski to Sachs. Sachs, the shot goes just wide. And the whistle blown. The Nordiques netminder on his back, and now some extracurricular activities after the whistle with 14.3 remaining in the period. Wyatt Magruder will go to the box. So will number 29 in black. And the face-off is going to come outside of the Nordiques zone. It'll be Aiden Hellier with Liam Hellier, Quinn Hollingsworth, Owen Fleming, Drew Weston, and Shane Stone. 3 defensemen, 3 forwards for the Generals, but you look at Drew Weston and Owen Fleming, more offensive defensemen than guys who are defensive. Hollingsworth into the offensive end, middle of the slot, taken away by the Nordiques. Here comes number 21. He's got 2 goals today. Make it 3. He scores the empty netter and makes it 3-1 Nordiques. Now some extra activities. We'll take a look at the empty net goal. But for all intensive purposes, with 6.4 seconds remaining in the game and a 2-goal Nordiques lead, the final score will sit at 3-1. But let me tell you, Cade Rose played a phenomenal game in between the pipes for the Generals. All throughout this contest. You look at all the opportunities the Nordiques had that Cade Rose was successful in shutting down. So the Nordiques taking the time to talk things over. The Generals lined up for the face-off. Constantine to take it, 6.4 seconds. Puck dropped, and Gavin Hoffman will hold, and the Nordiques will take the puck back towards their own end. And that will do it. So from the Village, the Generals fall to the Nordiques 3-1 in this U18 NAPHL matchup, though the Generals organization as a whole upended the Nordiques 3-1 in the weekend series between the U18s and NAHL programs. But from the Village, your final score 3-1. We'll see you Tuesday on Hockey TV. The NA welcomes the Danbury Hat-Tricks to the Village for a Tuesday midday matchup. Puck drop scheduled for 1:30 p.m. right here at the New England Sports Village. For now, enjoy the rest of your day.